Last weekend, I had the opportunity to visit an animal park at Bintulu, known as Taman Tubina Bintulu. At this park, there is a lot of flora and fauna being displayed as the attraction of the visitor. There is also a garden dedicated to flowering plants such as bougainvillea, orchid, and even succulent plants such as cactus. There are also birds, reptiles such as snakes and crocodile, and even otters. There is one animal that attracts my attention, which is binturong. From my observation, binturong looks like a small bear. But did you know binturong was actually from the family of Viveridae, which include civet, linsangs, and genets. So, in another words, binturong is not related to both cats or bear. Although binturong is neither a bear or a cat, but they are called as bear cat. What's even weirder is binturong give off the scent of butter popcorn. Due to declining in population, the binturong has been assessed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List. Since the middle 1980s, their population has decreased more than 30%. I have invited a friend of mine from UITM Shah Alam to give her opinion on causes of why binturong are declining in population and what can we do to prevent binturong extinction.
In your opinion, what are the causes of binturong to go declining or decreasing in their population from the middle 1980s?
So from my opinion, the binturong is threatened by habitat loss due to logging and agribusiness, especially the oil palm industry. It is also hunted for bushmeat, traditional medicine, and the pet trade. A local coffee made from beans that pass through a binturong's digestive system is also valued. Binturongs are listed as vulnerable in some part of their range and endangered in others. Nowhere are they common and they are currently at risk due to habitat destruction, poaching for traditional Asian medicines, the fur and pet trade.
So, what do you think our initiative or what can we do to prevent the binturong population to go extinct?
As a part of society, I think to prevent a binturong's extinction, we can spread awareness through social media because if we spread awareness through social media, it will give a big impact to society because many people will know that binturong is going through extinction. So they will aware a product that use binturong uh, uh, oil or logging that disrupt uh, binturong's habitat.
Binturong live high in the forest and rarely come down to the ground, so there's a lot of unique characteristics for them to adapt to the environment where they live on. One of them is they have a strong feet with a retractable claws, where this helps them to become an excellent climber by moving slowly and cautiously through the tree branches. Due to the large size of their body, they cannot leap between the trees, so they must come down to the ground first to move from one tree to another tree. Besides that, they also have a prehensile tail where it's capable of gripping a things. Its tail almost as long as its body where it can act as another limb when they are climbing up the tree. The tree patch at the tip of their tails is for the extra traction when they are gripping the branches. Here I'm going to talk about the habitat of the binturong. As we know, binturong live in the dense tropical rainforest of the Southeast Asia, where they are currently specified as vulnerable, with a population declining more than 30% for this past of the years. So the main threat to this binturong are habitat destruction, hunting, and the wildlife threat.
Hello everyone, my name is Veriena, Nenny, Nannty, anak, and. So here I am going to talk about the pregnancy of binturongs. Binturongs are one of the few mammals that can reproduce using delay implantation. Both male and females become sexually mature at approximately 3 months or 2.5 years of age. Females will indicate to male that they are ready for mating by purring. After a pregnancy of approximately 3 months, the females give birth usually to 1 until 3 offspring, although as many as 6 has been recorded. This is why it's so important to conserve binturongs because it takes quite a long time for binturong reproduce.
Binturong is a relatively large and slow-moving animal, yet it is not really a main source of prey to the predators that also inhabit the dense surrounding jungle. Larger animals such as tiger and snake would pose the biggest threat to the binturong adults, along with birds of prey and small carnivores that could easily target one of the young cubs. The biggest threat to the world binturong population is people, and in a number of ways. The binturong has been caught for their meat, captured and sold into the pet trade, subjected to the vast habitat loss, mainly in the form of deforestation, and is also trapped and caught to be sold in the Chinese medicine market, where a number of their body parts are used in traditional remedies. Today, the binturong is rarely seen in the wild with just a handful of sightings having been reported over the past decade. The binturong is listed by IUCN as a species that is vulnerable from extinction in its natural environment in the near future. Human encouragement on their historical habitats has meant the numbers have declined drastically, and along with their capture still in many parts, has led to a 30% decline in binturong population numbers in the last 30 years.
As we know, binturong is one of the endangered species. But how can we conserve this animal? Okay, first, we need to learn about the endangered species in our area. Teach our friends and family about the wonderful wildlife, including birds, fish, and plants that live near us. The first step to protecting endangered species is learning about how interesting and important they are. Our natural world provides us with many indispensable services, including clean air and water, food and medicinal sources, commercial, aesthetic, and recreational benefits. Next, visit a national wildlife refuge, park, or other open space. These protected lands provide habitat to many native wildlife, birds, fish, and plants. Scientists tell us the best way to protect endangered species is to protect the places where they live. Other than that, never purchase products made from threatened or endangered species. Sometimes, the souvenirs are made from species nearing extinction. Avoid supporting the market in illegal wildlife. Also, be careful of products including fur from binturong and other endangered wildlife. Next, we must report any harassment of threatened and endangered species. Shooting, trapping, or forcing a threatened or endangered species into captivity is illegal and can lead to their extinction. And lastly, we must protect the wildlife habitat. Perhaps the greatest threat that faces many species is the widespread destruction of the habitat. Scientists tell us the best way to protect endangered species is to protect the special places where they live. Wildlife must have places to find food, shelter, and raise their young. Logging, oil and gas drilling, overgrazing, and development all result habitat destruction. Endangered species habitat should be protected and these impacts minimized. By protecting habitat, entire communities of animals and plants can be protected together. Parks, wildlife refuges, and other open space should be protected near your community. Open space also provide us with great place to visit and enjoy. Support wildlife habitat and open space protection in your community. When you are buying a house, consider your impact on wildlife habitat. So, that's all from me. Thank you.